It is Saturday, June 8th, and we are in Ketchikan on our trolley tour. I didn't film it all this morning. Abel and I actually stayed up really late last night, as you guys saw in the clips, doing all kinds of nightlife activities, and I woke up really not feeling well. So we had a really late breakfast, and I didn't necessarily feel like I needed to film cabanas. I've shown them several times before. So we've hopped off the trolley. We are taking our tour now of the totems, and there's one on the ground right there, which is kind of crazy. But ready for our tour. I think we're just waiting for our tour guide though. I think they're taking separate groups, Mom. Yeah. So he stopped us here, and this is actually the carving and maintenance workshop essentially. So he said the master carvers and their students, and you can actually see one on the table there, carve and maintain all the totem poles. And then he just gave us a little bit of information about you know, their significance, that they weren't worshipped, but they were more so created for maintaining importance within the families. So what is important to them.
It's huge compared to the one we saw in Canada.
Yeah, these are. And look, this one has a guy on top of it.
And so we're actually going to walk up there and look at all of them now.
Of Alaska, not too many decades ago. Now you see this story pole features the people of the Proud Raven clan, or just the Ravens. We can see
The Proud Raven pole, he's telling the story
now.
now.
The story goes that people of the Proud Raven clan were at war. They were at war between themselves and neighboring group people, simply known as the Eagles. And so back and forth, these two major clans fought, fighting and killing each other all throughout the latter half of the 1800s.
We split up from Mom. Abel and I are going to walk Creek Street.
Ooh, look at that.
So named for the creek. We'll go along these shops and whatnot. And then we can meet Mom back to do the other shops, right?
Look how pretty. Look at
Yeah.
the green.
I mean, this looks right up my alley as far as like the shopping and the restaurants and stuff. So pretty. All right, we walked up the back of Creek Street. Lots of beautiful shops, lots of beautiful things. Some pretty gold things.
Where to go? Where to go?
Where to go? Lovely. We got Sammy's at Polar Treats, Sammy's and a hot coffee and a chai latte. We're sitting outside. We literally have the Wonder in view, and the North River in view too. Now the Wonder in view. It's been fun. We looped around Creek Street. I ordered a turkey panini. You ordered an Italian thing. We looped around Creek Street, which was super fun. Now we're like down here by the fire. Yeah, see there's the police department, the fire department. So we're getting back down to Dock 1, which is, there was a ton more shopping. I think Mom might meet up with us and do a little bit of that shopping. How you liking Ketchikan so far, hun?
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's olives.
Oh no, I'll eat your olives, honey. But always get the maps, these are good. So I made Abel walk to the Southeast Alaska Discovery Center, hoping I could get another stamp for my National Parks books. And they're closed for a private event. No! No! All right, I'll just do some more shopping then. We had lunch at Polar Treats.
It was really good.
It was $50 for 2 sandwiches and 2 coffees.
Just so you know, food is very expensive here, so.
And in Canada. I feel like in Canada and in Alaska, we've been spending a lot of money on food. But the food was delicious, so we ate the whole thing.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, but I think if you're at a ship like Disney, just eat before, eat really well.
They were upset too that they're closed.
Yeah. And then, you know, straight out. I get it, they're upset too.
The Alaska show is going on, the Alaskan lumberjacks, right? Oh my God.
Got a picture of the sign.
We found the Welcome to Alaska's First City, Ketchikan, the salmon capital of the world sign. We're just gonna do a little more shopping down Front Street right here, and then we're gonna start to head back to the ship, which is right there. But this has been a really fun little shopping town. Very cute.
It's been a good shopping day today, yes.
And look at the statue. I think this is very cool, actually. Cool. Love it. Last morning in Cabanas. Last night, both of my camera batteries died, so I wasn't able to film dinner or any of the nightlife that we did at Azure, which was a show called Seriously, where essentially any two people stood back to back, and when asked a question, you had to raise who you thought fit the person according to like a color that they had. It was really fun. And then we stayed for dueling piano, and that was an hour and a half, so we didn't get back to the room until 12. It was so fun. But we are now, like I said, having last breakfast in Cabanas. Abel's getting me a spoon so I can mix this in with my granola. But Abel's plate, of course he has to have his hot sauce. Mom's getting a plate now. I can't believe it's our last night in Cabanas. Oh no.
Anybody else racing through the door?
I have to film this a second
Hi
time
everyone,
because
it's me still. Hello,
I was not recording.
it's Molly. Thank you for spending the morning with me.
We are
Thank you for staying.
in the Know It All
and
Trivia.
It's now time for a Know It All Trivia. Yes.
We are the
This
Try
time
Wonder,
I'm going to be
hoping for
giving
15 out of
away
25
4
at least.
Pluto
And we got hot
medallions.
chocolate.
Yeah, so if you've not got the collection
Pluto
yet,
medallions,
try to
honey.
add more to them. Or it might be your first win so far. Oh, some Pluto medallions up for grabs.
Are you signing up?
We picked up the photos from Shutter.
Are you doing the baby race?
Now we're watching the diaper dash. Abel's excited.
You should sign up. Can y'all sign?
How'd you like the diaper dash?
It was, I would say, one of the best things here. Wow. Yeah, it was so fun.
It was really cute.
It was really cute.
Mama wasn't up close with us, so she couldn't see it, but she was listening the whole time.
Yeah, and the crowd was going wild. It was so fun.
All of
So
decks
that's
3,
fun.
4, and 5 was completely crowded. I am so surprised how crowded it was.
It was just like.
I think you told me before that it's a big deal.
Yeah?
Hi.
We're in animation class now. Wait.
Great. So she wants.
Look at a bow. It's good, baby. You just the bow. You lost it on the bow. It looks like she has a banner or like a sign on her head.
It does look like a sailor's
Look
hat.
at
A
her.
sailor's hat. Yeah, a sailor's hat. So she's Sailor Daisy. That's cute. Mama's is really cute though. She's very sweet.
That's all right. See? Katie did half of it. That's why it's cute.
Oh, I love it. Look. So cute.
So good.
And there's Emily's.
So good. So good.
So fun.
Hello, lovely people.
Hi, how are you?
Long time no see.
Several
Yeah.
hours later, we had lunch.
Looks like an hour ago.
Took like a 3-hour nap.
Okay,
An
we'll
hour
just
back to dinner.
serve the drinks after your drawing, okay?
Okay.
Because we
drawing
don't
our
want to mess up
character.
on your drawing.
Not the artistic creativity.
All right, let's see these drawings. We had practice with animation class today, so let's see how well like our artistic skills come to play.
I need to move my chair in.
Oh my god, he's so cute. I love that you did a thumbs up on the one hand too. Because that's your signature pose. Oh, you're
getting there.
so sweet, Mama.
I don't know.
I love it.
6 fingers. Oh, yes, that was so good.
Even if.
I'm sorry.
Ready for someone.
Guest, be our guest, put our service to the test. Tie your napkin round your neck, sherry, and we provide the rest. Soup du jour, hot hors d'oeuvre, why we only live to serve. Try the gray stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes.
cauliflower, green beans, and mashed potatoes. Or smashed.
It's really cute. And I got the sesame crusted tofu. And then the show should be starting in about 10 minutes on the screens. They've been showing all different clips of movies of characters eating, which has been fun to watch.
Okay, just enjoy dinner. We're gonna have a show now. Okay, we'll be back after the show.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna do the show now. Just we'll be back after the show. Just enjoy dinner. Okay, everybody, just enjoy your dinner because we're going to do the show. We'll be back after the show.
What was that? I love it.
Oh, that was cute. I didn't know you could use multiple colors. Oh my god, someone made theirs a cowboy. It's so That black scribble is cute. How did you? A lot of people did Mickey shirts. There's mine! And Mom and Evil! Honey, cute!
I feel like I need to see his face very well.
Yeah.
Recognize his face.
What are you thinking of getting, Nanny?
Ryan recommends the celebration.
That does look good, but that very cherry chocolate sundae looks good.
Yeah, and then on the kids menu they have strawberry shortcake.
Mama's been loving the kids menu.
Yeah.
She's actually 5.
It's more plain.
Yeah.
Might do that.
Strawberries and cream cake.
Oh.
And vanilla ice cream.
Abo got 2.
It's like a tiramisu. No, it's like a coffee mousse and strawberry cake.
And I got the chocolate cherry sundae. I've been bad about showing the towel animals. So I think we had like a ray or something one night, and then a weenie dog. And now we have a swan. So cute. It's our last night. And we're changing to go get our massages. Mom's getting a facial, but Abel and I are doing a couples massage. You ready?
I get facial so I don't have to get naked.
Hey.
And I'm wearing a dress, so.
Look. Our pictures, they gave these back to us and put on an official Disney animator seal. So I'm going to keep these. They're so cute. Let's go get ready for our massage. Are you excited?
I just ate a lot, so that's why I'm like, ooh.
And then you're going to have somebody rubbing on you as you're full.
There my belly go.
All right. It is officially 10:30, our last night of the cruise. So it is Sunday, July 9th, and we are doing final packings. I got up at, I think, 7 this morning and did the majority of it. So we're just doing those last minute things, namely all the souvenirs I need to shove in every nook and cranny in our suitcase. But I just wanted to touch base about the cruise as a whole, just to kind of end off the series. I'm sure I'll vlog a little bit tomorrow with our travel day, just as I did on the way here. But I thought I'd just touch base on the cruise overall, like I said. And Abel, please feel free to pipe in with any comments you have as I'm going through on your experience. So our first day with the embarkation went really smoothly. As you guys saw, we were staying at the Pan Pacific, so it was wonderful that they were able to take our luggage for us from the hotel and have it already brought onto the ship. We were able to get into our room fairly early, but we did get our luggage pretty late. Maybe because it was coming from the Pan Pacific rather than going through Disney Cruise Lines checking, but it worked out great. The tip I wanted to say specifically with embarkation is if you can get an earlier time, I think we were able to get on around 11. At 12 o'clock, if on the Wonder specifically, you can head to French Quarter Lounge and they will have cast members with laptops set up for dining reservation requests, changes, things like that. The reason I say that is because when you book all of that stuff, the X amount of days out that you can, a lot of stuff sells out so quickly. And we have had, this being my 6th and this being Abel and Mom's 5th, never had luck getting Paolo for brunch. We could always find dinner reservations, which is phenomenal as well, but we really wanted to try brunch. So when we got on the ship, headed to French Quarter Lounge at 12, we met up with a cast member. They were able to put us on for the next day, the first day at sea, at 10 o'clock brunch. So they told us that they only open a certain number of reservations during that early reservation period, and then they save the rest for people to come on and make those reservations. So if you weren't able to get something, don't fret. I would highly suggest that as soon as you get on the ship, don't go to cabanas or any of the deck food. Try to go to where you need to go to get those requests or get those reservations made so you're set for the rest of the cruise. I think that that was definitely a big tip that I had no idea. And then the next day, our day at sea was wonderful, very relaxing. We did all of the traditional stuff that you do, the animation classes, the trivias, the bingo. We did not do any of the shows at all this trip, and I don't know if it's because this is our 3rd time on the Wonder. The shows are the same. It's the Golden Mickeys Frozen, A Musical Spectacular, and Dreams. And they do offer them, of course, in the Walt Disney Theater live, but you also can stream them in your stateroom. And one of the nights, I think it must have been for the Golden Mickeys. I know you weren't feeling well, so I had it on ready to watch, and then I ended up falling asleep. So not too terrible, because we have seen all of them before, but I wanted to make that point as well, that if you cannot go in person or don't want to go sit in the theater, you can stream them from your stateroom, and there's a lot more times available. Generally, I think the shows are just the 2 times live. I think it's 6:15 or 5:45 and 8:15 or something like that. But on your TV, there was 4 different times that you could watch. So just another tip for there. And then our second day at sea, which was technically the 3rd day of the cruise, was our glacier viewing. That was phenomenal. We had such good luck with the weather. Cast members were telling us up and down how just the week prior, 2 weeks prior, it was rainy and cold and cloudy and you couldn't see, and it was miserable to be up on the deck for the glacier viewing. But we had bright blue skies, no clouds. It was fantastic. Wanted to give some pointers for meeting the characters, as I know that that's a really big draw for, at least it was for me, for booking this cruise. I love to meet the characters in those special costumes, and seeing Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Pluto in their Alaskan gear was a must-do for me. So when you go up to deck, I think it was deck 10, right, hun? They have them split up on 2 different sides, and I did try to show that in the video as well, and they will rotate them out. So you have to pick a side. So we went to the left, facing forward, we went to the left, got in line for Minnie, took a picture with Minnie, got back in line, and then by the time that we got back in line, Minnie was switched out for Donald. So we waited in that line again for Donald. And then we had to go to the right side, got in line, got a picture with Daisy, got back in line, got a picture with Goofy, but by this time Pluto was back out on the other side, so you could cross back over, but we opted to stay on that side and get in line a 5th and final time to get Mickey. The characters do also take pictures outside of Glacier Day, inside of the ship itself. I think it's like in the lobby atrium area, like deck 3, deck 4. But for me, I wanted to have them in their costumes with the Alaskan scenery behind you. So it was important that we waited in those lines. I think each line was maybe 30, 45 minutes. And it really went by so quickly because they had you against the railing. And then as you were waiting, you were able to look at the glaciers as you were waiting in line. So you kind of had prime time view of the glaciers, being as far against the railing as you could. And then it made the line for me go by super quickly. But that did take a big chunk of the afternoon. We probably, in total, to get all of those characters, were up there for maybe 4.5 hours, I'd say. You think, hun?
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, it took a big chunk of the afternoon because you literally were waiting in line, looping in, waiting in line, looping in. But if that's important to you, just kind of wanted to let you know about that as well. And then our first stop was Skagway. I think it ended up probably being, as a whole, maybe our least favorite day, only because it was the longest excursion. It was 6.5 hours. So by the time we were done, we didn't have a ton of time in the town, maybe an hour or 2. And what we noticed, they did provide a lunch. It was just a handmade saran wrapped turkey sandwich with a little like saran wrap of biscuits, cheese, crackers, and a little wet wipe. The excursion, if I'm remembering correctly, was around $280 per person. So that did include, of course, the train, going into Dredgetown and doing the gold mining and seeing the sled dogs. So it was worth it as far as the length of time, all of the activities you got to do, but definitely towards the end of the excursion, and I think I mentioned this on that day, we were kind of feeling the tiredness of just listening and walking, and it just was a long excursion. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then our next day was Juneau, probably my favorite day. Excursion was a little bit shorter. It was about 5 hours. On that excursion, we were able to do the Glacier Gardens, the Macaulay, something like that, the Salmon Hatchery, which was a surprise sleeper hit for me, and then very cool, right? And then after the hatchery was Mendenhall Glacier. So that probably was my favorite day. Again, we had some time afterwards, a couple of hours to go into the town. We did choose to do that. Mom opted to come back to the ship, and Abel and I took a shuttle that was free right there at the dock to go into town and do some shopping. So that was really fun. And then finally, of course, we had Ketchikan. That was by far the shortest of our excursions. That one was 2 hours.
But that was a good way to finish because the other ones were so long. I get tired of back to back.
Mom's out of the shower now, so she can add her comments too, which I love. I told Abel to pipe in, and he hasn't.
Oh, check what time they close. We know there's a lot of stores close at 6 or close earlier.
Yeah. But for Ketchikan, yeah, it was much shorter. So that excursion was, I think, like $80 a person. That did give you the trolley that kind of drove you through the city and pointed out some of the highlights, but ultimately took you to Totem Bite Park, and allowed maybe 15-20 minutes there to hear stories of some of the totems, look at the totems, and then drop you back off. Mom again opted to come back to the ship, and Abel and I went out to the town and did some shopping. So I think that that was Abel's favorite day just because he had way more time in the town, and our all aboard time was so much later. Juneau, I think it was at like 4, but for Skagway and Ketchikan it was almost 8 o'clock. So we had a lot more time to go out and explore and
be on the ship when they tell you.
And be on the ship when they tell you. I'm not joking. Because they will leave you. And then our last day today, which was the full day at sea, was also wonderful. Again, a lot of those things we love to do. But today we did a lot of downtime, which is why the video for today was not as long, aside from now this very long recap clip of the entire trip as a whole. But we had late breakfast, late lunch, early dinner, took naps in between. Abel and I fell asleep on the deck. And then we just got back from our Senses Spa appointments. Mom had a facial. Abel and I had a couples massage in the villa, which we've never done before.
We also did trivia. We drew Daisy Duck.
Yeah, the animation classes. They really offer it can be almost overwhelming, all of the activities, because you want to either, you can't be in 5 places at once, so you kind of have to make yourself pick something. But I think that just encourages you to come back and try different things. And I do feel like each cruise, we kind of have done something different a little bit. So it was phenomenal.
The diaper dash.
That's what I'm saying, like the diaper dash. We've never done that before, but we got to see that this time. It was really sweet. I think I did a very, very small snippet because I didn't really want to film people's babies, but it's as it claims. They literally put a sticker on the back of a baby, line them up on a start to finish mat, and they have the parents on each side, and you have to crawl across. But just how popular that was. Literally decks 3, 4, and 5 were rail to rail, completely packed. Cast members that were walking by were stopping what they were doing to try to see. It was crazy. It was super, super...
Big deal, yeah?
Yeah, it was a big deal. It was super cool. But overall, Alaska as a whole, do I think it was worth it? Absolutely. I'm so grateful for the weather that we had. Again, we heard cast member after cast member say what a blessing this week was with the sunshine. Mama. And that, the no rain, the no cloudiness, that we were able to, especially for Glacier Day, I guess, that we were able to go inside, the inside passage up into Tracy Arm. Sometimes they aren't able to do that because of the cloud cover, the marine animals, the ice that might be in the way. So we were just having fantastic luck with the weather. I thought that was the best. Poor mama. Our dining staff was fantastic. Our stateroom host was fantastic, which brings me to the very last thing I just wanted to talk to you guys about because they stress about it, is the comment card. Just make sure that you do get that from your stateroom host and that you fill it out in its entirety and bring it with you to your breakfast at debarkation day, because this, I think, is really important to them. They reminded us several times. Also, at the time of filming this, there is currently a strike in the Vancouver, Canada. I'm assuming it's just like the port, the port crew. They have messaged us in our Disney Cruise Line app. They have sent letters under our stateroom door. They are telling us in person, if you have a flight before 1 o'clock, you need to take your luggage off with you and go off at the Express at 7:30, because they are not guaranteeing that they're going to be able to get all of the luggage off in time, because there are people on strike and not working to help unload and reload that luggage. So that's what we are opting to do. Our flight is at 12:40 tomorrow, so we will be taking luggage off with us bright and early. So I just wanted to mention that too, because if you're maybe going on a cruise within the next couple of weeks, a month, that might still be going on. I'm not too sure. But final thoughts. I would love to come back. I would love to explore some other places. First, I definitely have my eyes on the Mediterranean cruise, the Greek Isles. We have our February cruise booked, and that is going to the Southern Caribbean. And then we did purchased a placeholder that we can use until July of 2025. So we'll probably book something with that. Maybe the Mediterranean cruise. We'll see. But any final thoughts, honey?
Give it up for the cast members that work long hours. So
yeah, give it up for the cast members that work here.
Being extra reasonable with them, and they work hard. That is not an easy job, and you know they go through a lot as well. So I think just being kind to them, and you know if you do have the financial help, if you ever give them a little extra tip, I think that goes along the way, because you know they're here without their families, and you know sometimes they just work like 9 months non-stop, 10 plus hours, 12 hours. So I think that just
no days off,
dude.
Yeah.
That is crazy. They just go hard. So give it up for them and trying to do their best.
Yeah.
Just to keep us entertained.
Yeah, I love that. Any final quips, Mama?
Just echoing what Abel said. I loved Alaska. I loved it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
And I think that's partially because the weather was kind to us.
Because I really don't like to be cold. And it's been chilly, like on the boat, it's been...
Yeah, on the deck, you get a lot of wind. So, definitely on the deck, make sure you're bundled. But out in the town...
it's spectacular. It's so beautiful.
We got very lucky with the weather, so I think just be mindful of that. They can't control the weather. So
oh, of course, yeah.
But they said this cruise last week, a lot of the places we were rainy, and we had clear, beautiful weather. So I know we were very fortunate. But it made all the difference to me in the cruise.
Yeah, so if we do get a chance to come back, maybe we'll experience more authentic Alaskan weather. Like, it'll be cold and rainy, but... that's all. I just wanted to do a recap. I'm sure I'm going to think of 100 other things to touch on. But flights in were fantastic. Hopefully, knocking on wood, flights out are going to be nice and easy. I mean, we're definitely going to get home late tomorrow, but really as a whole, we have not had any hiccups on this vacation. It's been fantastic. Yeah. So, okay.
We still like each other, so that's good.
And nobody got mad at each other. We didn't fight. We still like each other being in these close cabin quarters.
Because it's close.
It's close. Alright, if you guys enjoyed, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. I don't know if I'm going to film any kind of like travel vlog for tomorrow. Probably I will. Just little snippets here and there. But also on my Instagram, if you follow me there, I've been able at the ports to have service. So I've kind of been uploading as we've been going, which is great. So you might have already seen some things. But until next time. Bye.